Microphone check 1 2. Hey yo, you ready to get down, man? Whatever, man. Hey, you ready to get this on? Whatever, man. You saying whatever, man.
What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning into the iTipRePort. My name is Iveriani. Hope all is well with you. So today's commentary is about my thoughts, my opinions on the XXL Freshman Class 2017. So sit back, relax, and here we go. So before we get into this video, this is a disclaimer just really quickly. This is not a bashing video towards the artists that are on the cover of the XXL Freshman Class 2017. This is also not a bashing video to XXL. This is mainly my thoughts, my opinions, and my strong constructive criticism and a little bit of advice for the artists individually, as well as what I think XXL could have did to improve the situation. Because let's be real, a lot of people are pissed off that these artists are on this cover. So before I get up here and do my commentary, I wanted to take the time out to research each artist individually so I can give you my truthism on what I thought about that artist. So it's 10. The first artist I want to talk about is Kamiya. Yes, like her name, she is, and I'm looking at my notes, guys. She is from the Oakland, California area. Never heard of her in my life, ever. This XXL pretty much introduced me to her. So I went and checked out her stuff, and I must say it was pretty good. She is not a trap artist. She is mainly to me 80s 90s hip-hop music from the West Coast. She is a flip version, trust me when I tell you, a flip female version of Too Short. I like Too Short. I don't know if you guys do. If you don't know who Too Short is, please go Google him. I think she needs to do a collab with Too Short because their style is so similar. And currently right now, I don't see anyone with her type of style, so she is considered very different. She is known to the masses as the Queen of the Bay, so that's dope. The tunes that I like from her is Swing My Way. I would like for her to do a video on that. Freaky Freaks. The video is mad funny, but it also reminds me of School Day. It reminds me of a School Day video because they're in their pajamas, and it was pretty dope. And she's also did collabs with Drake, YG, and the legendary E40. So that says a lot. My advice to her, as far as her being an upcoming new artist, I think that she needs to improve on her vocals ranges a little bit. It needs tweaking, and that's pretty much it. But I am impressed because I've seen some of her videos and she actually had clothes on. That's very rare when you see a female MC or artist, whatever the case is, you know, it's over sexualized and stuff like that. So I feel like this artist, Kamiya, is very comfortable in her skin, and she's in her own lane, and she's gonna do her, and I like that. So she just, I think, recently featured the cover of her new album. It's really dope, and as you can see the cover, she has her clothes on, but she looks really nice on the cover, and she has braids. So that's something refreshing and unique, and I wish her the best. Congratulations for being on the cover. The next artist is oh, before I get to the next artist, I also want to talk about her being the only female on the cover. I feel like XXL, y'all need to change up your format with that. If you, since this year you had 10 people on the cover, it makes no sense that you only have one female MC on the cover. I think you should have 5 females and 5 males on the cover to make it, to balance it out and to even it out, so then people could get to know, oh, women can do this too as well. We already know that men can do, but I think it would be something creative, and then people be like, oh, okay, this is something different. I think it's kind of unnecessary to just put one female when it's tons of dope female MCs out here that you can put on the cover, like Young M.A, Dominique LaRue. It's just so probably people you guys have never heard of. I think they should put on the cover, but that's just my thoughts on that. Okay, so the next artist is called A Boogie with the Hoodie. First of all, I want to cut that name down so short. I think the name is too long, but I like the fact the first part of it is A Boogie, so I would just like to call him A Boogie, and hopefully maybe he'll cut down his name. He looks very young. He is from Bronx, New York. I've never heard of him, and I live in New York. I live in Queens. From Brooklyn, live in Queens. Never heard of A Boogie. However, I will tell you, I feel like he can actually rhyme, but I think what he rhymes about is about money, and women, and sex. It's kind of like it's nothing, you know, like it's no substance there. And I think he could be potentially have some substance in his music. It is very trappy, but I did hear one tune that I like called Timeless. That was catchy. It was very Drakey to me, but I liked it. But even with the Timeless, he talked too much about money, and I'm like, there's so many subject matters out here. You could talk about so many things, but a lot of people like him. I actually like him, but I only like that one song. I did check out other songs and other tunes or whatever, and it was just too trappy. And I was like, okay, I guess it is what it is. But as a person, I like him. And I think he probably has strong work ethics. That's why his following on Twitter is crazy. But yeah, that's A Boogie. The next artist is PNB Rock. He is from Philadelphia. He confuses me. I don't know whether he's trying to sing, if he's trying to rap. I wasn't feeling it. I couldn't get into it. I don't really know why he's on the cover. Maybe it's for streaming or something like that, getting a lot of views. I couldn't get into it. Next artist is Made in Tokyo. I like the fact that his name, the way it's spelled out, is interesting, because if you kind of look at it, you wouldn't think that immediately until like you see an interview or something like that. But it intrigues me that he actually grew up a majority of his life in Japan. That's kind of ill. And to actually, even though his father's in the military, if I'm not mistaken, it's kind of ill that you are from, I think he's from America, but then you grew up in Japan and you blow up and you're like back and forth. That's kind of ill. An interview I saw of him, he didn't interview that well because he was talking a lot, but then I said, let me check out some other interviews, and then he was really good with the interviews, very social. And I like the fact that he represents being in a relationship as an artist, because you don't see a lot of artists like that. Can I get into his music? No, I can't. Not into his music. He had a popular song called Uber Everywhere. I wasn't feeling that, but I know the kids will like that. Do I think Uber should cut him a check? Yes, but he said they didn't. That's just the typical, you know, how corporate companies are. But I see why he is popular, because he has a cult following on both sides of the globe, from Japan to Cali and in between. So that's something different. I realized that he's a skateboarder. That's kind of ill. and he's very social and has really good positive energy and highly confident, which you don't see in artists. That's dope. But at the same time, I'm not into his music, but I know it's a bunch of you out there are. Okay, the next person is Playboi Carti. He's from, it says Atlanta. One word, horrible music. Couldn't get into it. Didn't know what he was saying. So trapped out, so you'd be like, what? Like, what is this? No. Next person is Aminé. Hopefully I'm saying this dude name right. He got this video called Red Mercedes. Really ill video. To me, it's like if you watch the video, it's a reverse psychology of racism. Very ill video. Reminds me of, dad, what's that movie? I can't think of, it's a Wayne's brother movie. I can't think of the name of that movie. That's terrible. But anyway, the video looks very expensive, high quality video. The song is catchy. I see why kids would love him. Reminds me of a little Missy a little bit, as far as a little style in that video. I like that he incorporated a lot of black women that were actually had clothes on into his video. And super talented, and he has a thing for bananas. And he is from Portland, Oregon. I don't even know any artists from that area, but that's good. I think that he has a lot of potential because he's very versatile. And also one of my favorite producers bigged him up, which is K Trinati. I think it was like he did a remix. So his videos are really good. Next artist, kap-g. kap-g is a Mexican artist. He's a Mexican trap artist slash actor. He was in Dope, so he can act. He is something so different that you will just stop and be like, oh my goodness. He sounds so, and don't take this in the wrong way, but he sounds so black that it is just so unreal. But what I like about this artist is he actually can rap. You know, some of the beats are not like, oh my god, I gotta get that. But this guy has talent, and I wouldn't be surprised if he blows up. I would say mainly more acting, but then also he would have a cult following in dealing with the music. What I do like about him is he incorporate a lot of his Mexican cultures in his video. Excuse me. I think that is really dope. I would wonder what he sound like if he collabed with somebody that really is, how would I say this? I would wonder what he sound like if he collabed with like Wu-Tang or something like that, to see if he could change it up a little bit. But he has potential, and I actually liked him. He does excellent interviews, and he has a really big following, and people love him. And he doesn't sound mumbly either at all. Very clear and in his vocal range. So to me, he's doing extremely well, and his videos look very expensive. So kap-g, yes. Next artist is called Cali. Yeah, Cali. Cali reminds me of Drake a little bit. One song he had that, what song he had? Love for You. Very different type of tune, but it was dope. Another song he had that I didn't like, I think it's I Sippin', I think that's, yeah, I Spy, not I Sippin'. I didn't like that. It's very definitely mumbly rap and all of that. Wasn't feeling that. To me, Kylie needs artist development a little bit. He's talented, but he needs artist development. Something, I don't know what it is. He has excellent videos and stuff like that, but he needs some tweaking. Some tweaking, either with his just a little bit with his vocals, something. I can't put my hand on it, but I do like him as an artist. I think he's versatile and he probably can go a long way. And the next artist is Ugly God. I don't even like that name because I love God. That's just me. The music is horrible. He just looks like, I don't know, like he's not taking his music seriously. It's just I never even heard of this guy. He's from Houston, Texas. Yeah. And I'm sorry to say also Cali is actually from California as well. But Ugly God, I don't even like, no. I couldn't even get into it at all. I don't understand how he got on the cover, honestly. I guess he has like serious cult following, but. And the last one is XX. I just call him XX. I did a previous video about him. Like I said, he is a good person. He seems like a good person, but I can't get into his music. But my cousin, QJ, I know you're watching this video, hit me up, said said his name wrong. He said he listens to him and he's in the 5th grade. So I'm like, oh my, OMG, QJ. But I see why he is on the cover, because people relate to him and they like him. So out of all these artists, it was only a handful of people that have potential or whatever. My most favorite, I would say, is Kamaiyah, and then Aminé, and then Cali. Those are my top 3. That was pretty good. So out of those 10, yeah, top 3. Those are the top 3 that I think are good. One thing I want to say about Aminé, I hope I ain't butchering his name, but he has this song called Caroline that's weirdly is off the chain to me. I see him doing a lot, and I noticed Erykah Badu likes him as well, so that's good. So guys, before you judge and say, oh, why they should be on the cover, please check out their music. Do I agree with XXL having all these people on the cover that I never heard of? No. I think only maybe like out of 10, I think only 3 of them should have been on the cover. Point blank. Yeah. Who I thought should have been on the cover this year? Young M.A. I mean, she's been buzzing all over the place. You know, it's just so... I'm not even going to go through the list of who I actually could think would be on the cover. I'm just going to say it's so many artists out here that are unknown, known, buzzing, on a come up, that no one has an idea about. And it's just sad to me that sometimes if they don't have the right team, people will never know who they are. XXL, you got to do better. I think XXL needs to do better. They need to come up with new formats and creative formats. Like I said, excuse me, I feel like they should split it up, have more women on the cover, have half and half so it could be a balance. Or they could do something totally different if they want to put in the work. Do it in certain genres in regards to hip hop. You got hardcore street hip hop, you got conscious, you got underground. You could do something like that where a lot of people could really get shine, because hey, let's face it, you got a lot of people out here that should be on the XXL cover and they are not. You know, so I feel like XXL, you need to improve in so many ways. And artists, you need to step up your game. One thing I will say is this. A lot of the underground artists, a lot of the OGs, as well, a lot of the in-between artists, they're complaining about this cover. But one thing people don't never talk about is that you gotta put in the work. You gotta have your business stuff organized. You can't say, why am I on this cover? Why this person is not on this cover? When I looked at all of these artists that was on this cover for this year, you could tell. I'm looking at numbers. I'm looking at social media stuff. I'm looking at they on some toys. And it's not no rinky-dink toys. It's some like major toys. That means whoever their manager is, whoever their team is, whoever their label is, they are putting in that work. I see a lot of legendary artists, underground artists, and all of that who complain, but I know for a fact they don't put in that work. They're not organized. They're not structural, excuse me. And I know that for a fact. So in this case, I salute all these people. Even though I don't like all of their music, I salute them because they had to do something right. Or their team had to do something right because they on the cover of XXL and all of them are touring. Like all of them. So that says a lot. That speaks volumes. So think about that, guys. Like I said, I don't agree with the cover of XXL. I really do think they need to change the format. But guys, let me know your thoughts. I'm sorry this was a long video. I didn't want it to be. Like this video, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Iveriani.